Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, may we remind you all to turn off all mobile phones as they upset the beast. And the use of recording equipment and flash photography is strictly prohibited. As I'm too pretty, I'll break your cameras. Thank you!
My name's Les Price and I'm the Courtyard's resident stage manager. Basically, it's a roll of horrors really. Basically what happens is when we go into our own productions where we're at the moment, from rehearsal point onwards, we then obviously sort scenery out, and then I do ground plans and hanging plots so the stage is set where all the scenery goes, and to make sure all the scene changes can work in the logistical right places, and I get people to crew that, and obviously with rehearsal process I don't get involved too much in that. We've got Leanne, our deputy stage manager, who runs in rehearsal processes, rehearsal schedules.
Line. They're beyond the castle walls.
And then once the show's up and running, the director then hands the show to me, and then the show becomes my responsibility of running smoothly. And on a day-to-day basis I then become the company stage manager, which is the stage manager for, I'm the point of contact for the whole company then. So any problems they have, any questions, any whatever really, they come to me, and then I just filter the information in the right direction should it need to go any further than myself really. So we've got myself, obviously I run the stage, deputy stage manager and assistant stage manager. We've got a crew chief.
My name's Nigel Holloway, I'm the crew chief on Panto, which basically means I look after the crew, make sure the set is all in the correct place, and everything's ready to run.
Grawls in, blacks in. Pyros are done.
Hello. This show in particular is quite complicated. We've got a couple of really, really fast changes. One is we've got this big kitchen scene where there's quite a lot of mess on stage, and we've literally just got a couple of minutes to get all that off stage into the next scene. So you really have to be on the ball. Yeah, I'm actually in the cooker for about 20 minutes, and we've worked it out that during the actual run of the pantomime, I'm probably in the cooker for about 3.5 hours in total throughout the whole run of the panto. So yeah, I'm totally roasted by the end of it. Hereford Panto just seems to be going from strength to strength, with a lot of love and care going into it. The audience don't see and shouldn't see. You know, if you do your job right, the audience haven't got a clue what's going on. It's normally it's quite an adrenaline rush. You know, you hear the audience, particularly Panto, you hear the little kids screaming and shouting, and you get a real buzz from it. Yeah, you get a real buzz. As I say, it can be quite tense.
We as a team at the Courtyard are very different, whereby we care what we put on. We don't want it to look rubbish. Being proud of what you're actually putting onto a stage rather than just putting, oh, it'll do. And we never do, it'll do. It's got to be right. And most pantos you'll see are hired in shows, and the script is written for the show, and it comes as a package. So you have the show, you have the script, you have the actors, you have the costumes, and we as a small venue, in comparison to a lot of big venues, are quite big in a way, because we bring the scenery, we have our own scripts, our own costumes, it's all designed by ourselves, and the only thing we do is hire the setting at the moment, and again, as I say, that's going to go back. So I think long term we do a lot more for a lot less than what the big theatres do, because they just churn it out, and I'm sure other people have said it's all very well getting famous actors in at £20,000-25,000 a week, when we don't have names here, we just rely on our credibility of what we're capable of doing, and I think that's good over the years that we've got that, and we are renowned for it, and that's good. It's not just little old Hereford. People do know the Courtyard Pantos, and I'm sure you've seen some of the reviews about this one. We've got great reviews, and this one is a good show, I have to say. I'm my own biggest critic really, but this, in my opinion, is probably one of the better ones we've done for a few years. And for the first time getting a creative team together that's worked really, really well together, there's been sort of no hiccups any of the way through really. So I think our special effects, we always have something different every year that makes people walk away and think, wow, we've got the fire and the snow this year, and the beast on stilts. It's just different.
We have a laugh.
What are you doing? The next interview. Yeah? So I'm going to spin you around. Yeah, I'm going to give you the best anal sex you've ever had. You're all right. I'm going to give you the best anal sex.
I can't feel a thing.
Ready?
Well, that's great. Thank you very much for that, Nick.
Hello, I'm a beast. Please don't get on my nerves because I'll probably bite you in the face.
Yeah, I'm Anthony Jenkins and I'm a crew member / beast double.
Look at me! You did this! You have made me mad! I will make you pay for this!
It's a really tight family kind of crew. It's a lot of fun to work with them as well, so that's why I keep coming back, because I love it. And, I mean, when you're backstage and you're hearing the kids screaming and they're really involved in the moment, so to speak.
Oh, no, no. No, nuts!
And that's either because of what the crew have created, like the target, for example, when the arrows are flicking out, they go, oh, wow, 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 and of course that's us doing it. My view of pantomime is primarily for the kids. It's something for them to enjoy and look forward to Christmas, The whole aspect of the magic of pantomime. Thinking, right, okay, it's kind of getting them warmed up for Christmas itself. And to me, it's a real nice feeling when they're going, they're thinking, oh my God, is that real? It's the whole magic of it, exactly, even with, as I said, as the beast. And I give a roar on the balcony and they hear all the kids screaming, and it's like, even though I go off, I've given that initial shock. It's still, it's a really nice feeling when I walk off. I just think, I've just caused that.
My name's Imogen, and I'm assistant stage manager for Panto. It's pretty much what I expected, actually. Quite a boys' club, but no, it's good. I like it. It's a scene where the dame and her son Lug are making a sticky toffee pudding.
Sticky toffee pudding to make.
But everything goes wrong, they spill everything, all the cream goes everywhere, they end up cracking eggs on each other's head, just getting into a bit of a food fight. I'm underneath the table where they're making the cake, with the hole in the middle, with the hand puppet on my hand, passing everything through up to them, all the ingredients and everything like that, which goes everywhere, including back through the hole.
Like last night we had a different day.
What's your matter? What's that?
We had a scene change that was totally different to how we'd ever done it before, which meant the wings were in a different state as they were before. But of course the actors get used to pieces of scenery being in that particular place at that particular time, and we're having to move actors out the way where they're normally standing. But because we're having to move big pieces of scenery into that space, because we had no room to put it anywhere else, because the scene had been cut short, it makes it difficult for everybody. And not just the person who's going on, obviously, as a replacement, because that's very difficult in its own right. It's very tiring, and it's very tiring for the people on stage, it's very tiring for the people off stage, and I don't think people, and that's no disrespect to people, I don't think appreciate how much hard work it is.
Technicians do pretty much 12-hour days. Some of us come in early every day just to make sure that everything's working all right. The basic call is we have 2 shows a day. We come in an hour and a half in between before each show. So we usually come in, it's usually 11 o'clock to a 10 o'clock day. But it's demanding because in between shows we get an hour's break, but that's pretty much it. I mean, as soon as you get here, you're working until the show goes up, working straight through the show, working for half an hour after the show, resetting.
And I know if I walk out from there for a scene change, I know I'll see Nick stood to the right of me and Nigel stood to the left. I know where they're going. And that's part of having a good crew, is they'll problem solve.
Everyone in this crew is so, because when you're in a show like this, you're all living out of each other's pockets, and because everyone's got on so well, and there's such a nice vibe within the crew, it makes the whole thing a lot easier. It makes it more of a privilege to work it than a chore sometimes, which I think is a great help when it comes to a long show like this, when it's 3 months of living with people you've only just met, really.
You know, I spend more time with these guys than I do my own children. So, you know, I think that sums it up really. When you're spending so much time with people, you're not just work colleagues, you're more than friends. You know, you almost become a big family really, and that's what I like. And to keep that atmosphere together is great. You've got a show on and you can have a laugh as well, and as you've seen footage of us messing around, and that's all we're doing is just having a messing around session because you spend so much time together.
First class, really loved it, and we will certainly come back next year.
Thank you. Absolutely fantastic, yes.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was brilliant time. Beautiful performance tonight.
It was just fab. We enjoyed the Panto very much. It was really, really good.
It's not like TV, you don't get two goes at it. You know, TV, that's, oh, we'll cut that, we'll try that again. You know, your live theatre, you've got it, it's there, and once it's happened, and you can't do anything about it.
Really?